Rodrygo didn't like at all how the Spanish media is giving all the spotlight only to the Bellingham, Vinicius, and Mbappe trio, even going as far as giving them an acronym, BMV. But before we continue, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to help us reach 500 subscribers. Don't forget to activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Now that you've subscribed, let's get to the news. The star then used his official WhatsApp channel to post a message with harsh words of indignation, making it very clear that they will have to add his place to that acronym. The Spanish club's management didn't like his attitude one bit, and the message was soon deleted. Stick around until the end because we're going to show you this controversial message from Rodrygo and Real Madrid's response in full detail. And I want to know your opinion about this because it's causing a stir in Spain. Some people are even saying he won't last another season at Real. That's right, folks, with Mbappe's arrival, many people started saying that Real would become unstoppable this season, saying that if they won without him last season, just imagine now. However, the fact is that the Spanish club has only played 2 games so far, but it was enough to accumulate 2 problems. The first one came to light during last Sunday's match against Mallorca, where the team didn't play well and ended up with just a draw. The media heavily criticized the fact that Vinicius Jr., Bellingham, Rodrygo, and Mbappe were all clustered on the left side of the field, leaving the middle and right side completely empty. Ancelotti quickly responded, saying that only one of Vini or Mbappe would play there. And now for the second problem. Right after Real Madrid won the first game of the season against Atlanta and claimed the UEFA Super Cup title, much was said about the Mbappe, Bellingham, and Vinicius trio, especially since Mbappe scored a goal and both Bellingham and Vini provided an assist each. Then, people in Spain started talking about the new BMV trio, saying they would be real stars for the entire decade and even the new version of the famous BBC of Bale, Benzema, and Cristiano. As a result, they somewhat overlooked Rodrygo's presence, even though he was the one who stole the ball that led to Mbappe's goal in that game. Whether we like it or not, we can't deny that Bellingham, Vinicius, and Mbappe have more media attention than Rodrygo. The follower numbers also show it. Mbappe has 121 million on his social networks, Vinicius Jr. has almost 50 million, Bellingham 36 million, and Rodrygo 19 million. And look, I'm not saying this has anything to do with who plays better or anything like that. After all, there are plenty of stars out there who don't even have social media, but it's about the media surrounding each player and how that influences things. And all this media attention around the trio, giving the spotlight only to Bellingham, Mbappe, and Vini while leaving Rodrygo somewhat out of it, apparently irritated the star, who yesterday communicated through his official WhatsApp channel and said, "Hey everyone, yesterday's result wasn't what we wanted. In the league, every point makes a difference in the end. I'm happy about the goal and the team's progress." Last week they talked about the Bellingham, Mbappe, and Vini trio, but they're going to have to add the R for Rodrygo to that acronym. Then we have the offensive quartet and the rest of the team. Everyone has their importance in the games and will show their value in the various competitions we'll be playing in. The full week will be a lot of hard work until the next game at the Bernabeu. And since Florentino Perez is the one who calls the shots at Real Madrid, and we know he doesn't like internal fights and doesn't tolerate this kind of thing, it didn't take long for the Brazilian's message to be deleted. However, even after it was deleted, given the speed we know social networks have today, it was enough for the Spanish media to pounce on the Brazilian once again. The famous newspaper, Marca, featured a cover with a photo of the Brazilian and wrote, "Rodrygo asserts his importance and appeals to team unity as added values to the BMV." Then, the Brazilian retracted his statement in an effort to avoid any controversy and refocus on what happens on the field. Another famous Spanish journalist wrote, "Rodrygo will not be at Real Madrid next year. In football, he is excellent because he has quality, but for him, recognition is important. For Rodrygo, it's a blow to be excluded from the BMV." The Catalan newspaper, Sport, also covered the case and reported on Wednesday, the 21st, that there is noticeable discontent at Real Madrid with the Brazilian forward. According to them, who even titled the article "Disappointment at Real Madrid with Rodrygo," the discomfort started last season and has persisted into the current one, which has just begun. The issue in the current season arose after the signing of the French forward Kylian Mbappé and the formation of a possible BMV trio with midfielder Jude Bellingham and Brazilian forward Vinicius Jr. So far, Rodrygo is the starter alongside Mbappé and Vini in attack, with Bellingham as the playmaker. Last season, a statement by Rodrygo calling Manchester City the best team in the world caused discomfort at Real. According to the newspaper, Ancelotti also has unwavering faith in Rodrygo and wants to avoid his departure in the future. He considers the Brazilian a key part of the project and sees him fitting perfectly with Mbappé, Bellingham, and Vini. After all this controversy, Rodrygo himself spoke out through his press office in a note. He clarified that the intention of the message was to highlight the importance of the team, and since the interpretation of the post on the player's WhatsApp channel didn't align with the intended message, the content was deleted. Just out of curiosity, I decided to check one of his social networks, and look at this comment from a foreigner. "You lost a follower, Rodrygo. Since you said Manchester City was the best team in the world, I should have stopped following you. But as for your messages that you later have to delete, I'm fed up. Goodbye." And since this issue caused a stir in Spain, today many people in Brazil also weighed in on it on social media. Check out some of the main comments. The first one wrote, "He has to understand that, in terms of media coverage, he will never be a Vini, Bellingham, or Mbappé at Real Madrid. Valverde was taken off the stars, and look, he might be the most important player in making everything work in midfield." A second person said, "Some are saying it wasn't Rodrygo. I think it wasn't exactly him who wrote it, but he definitely wanted to vent about this. He probably had the idea of venting on the WhatsApp channel and got a specialist to write the text to avoid any errors." The third one noted, "In my opinion, it was wrong for him to say that because he's paying attention to the Spanish press like Marca and those newspapers. Now they're going to create a problem with this in Spain, saying it's an ego fight, especially those who hate Real Madrid." And this last one was more aggressive, saying, "Mbappé could be the best in the world in 2022 and 2023, Vini and Bellingham candidates for best in the world in 2024. Rodrygo isn't even nominated for these awards." So, folks, Rodrygo's statement, which ended up being deleted, definitely didn't go down well, both within Real Madrid and in Spain in general. It will surely give the media plenty of ammunition to start saying that there's already an ego clash, with one wanting to be and appear more than the other, and things like that. That's why I always say here on the channel that, even though many associate having many stars with titles, it's not guaranteed to happen because managing a team with many stars is never easy for anyone. Problems seem inevitable. Remember that many people say Guardiola still dreams of bringing Rodrygo to City, and others claim he won't stay at Real beyond this season. So now, I want to know your thoughts. Do you think the Spanish media is being unfair to Rodrygo by giving more spotlight to the Bellingham, Mbappé, and Vini trio, or do you think he's really a level below those guys and therefore doesn't deserve as much recognition? And about Rodrygo, what did you think of his post? Do you think he did the right thing by venting, or do you think he made a mistake? If you've made it this far, leave a comment telling us what you thought of the news, and don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Comment below your honest opinion about this controversy and why. And if you haven't seen Ancelotti's response to the controversy over the positioning between Vinicius Jr. and Mbappé last Monday, I'll leave that video showing up on the screen right now. Thanks.